What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Realest People in Real Estate, where we talk about the real shit and not about real estate. I'm one of your co-hosts, Brooke Jones, aka the Millennial Agent.
What's up, guys? I'm your girl Tyra Nicole, and it's just us today.
Just us today. Nicole is gone on vacay.
Yeah, so it's all about doing things the Brooke and Tyra way.
We're breaking rules today.
Breaking rules. So today we have some special guests. We actually have two special guests who will actually be at Real Estate for Beginners 3, which is next weekend, June 10th. We have the lovely Erica Coleman, aka Erica's My Agent. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Erica is my agent.
Erica's my agent. She is broker, owner, investor, and anything else?
A whole bunch of other things.
A whole bunch of other stuff that we're going to talk
We're
about.
going to get into.
Yeah, so welcome to the
Thank
show.
you.
And
Yeah, we got Jay Success here, real estate investor, owner of Aquaholics and
Motown Printing. Yeah.
that's what's up. He is
Thank you for
overblessed.
joining us.
Yeah.
Is that another one of your lines?
Yeah. I
Okay.
like, overstanding, overblessed. You
Okay.
know, instead of saying under,
Right.
just focus on over.
Yep.
Yes.
I almost wore my hoodie that said blessed today.
That would have been dope.
That would have been dope.
That would have been
Yeah.
dope.
But I was
for
like,
sure.
it's too hot. I can't wear my hoodie today.
Man.
Well, you can't
It
tell the
went from-
kids that.
Yeah, right,
The
exactly.
kids still wearing
I
hoodies.
know. What is up with that?
I don't know.
It's the
They
style.
just do, but I don't
It got
know.
hot so quick. too.
It's this
It just
generation.
Oh, it did.
Switched on.
85 degrees today.
Yeah.
No, it got to 90, literally.
Oh, did it?
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
wow.
hot.
Yeah, I was in my
we can't,
car.
We
It
can't
said 90.
complain though because we've been asking.
Hey.
Because when it's cold, it's cold. So
I love the heat, so I never complain about it, and I hate the cold, so I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Me
Yeah, I'm
too.
gonna shut my mouth because we got like 3 months of this warm weather.
yeah,
Right.
we got
Yeah.
like 90 days and back to
Yeah.
the bullshit.
Oh, no.
Right. I was just thinking, like, before we know it, like, this is going to be over, so we need to just enjoy it.
And
And
Yeah,
then
we
rev
had
it
some
up
beautiful
too.
days.
Like after fall, you start seeing Christmas, so it just be like
yeah, right on
after
into
fall,
it.
it's like right there. So let's
Yeah.
just sit here and enjoy this
Soak
heat
it all
while
in.
we got it.
Right, exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's get to talking a little bit about our guest today. So,
Yeah.
who are you guys outside of real estate or entrepreneur, owner? Who are you guys? What do you guys like to do, like, outside of work?
Well, I consider myself a creative person. So
Yeah.
I like to do things that are fun and, like just go in and make things nice and pretty. I'm a mom too at the same time. So, I'm definitely busy with those kids. But
Okay.
I like to, express my creative side as much as possible.
Awesome. How many
Yeah.
kids do you have?
Same.
I have 2 kids,
2 kids?
a teenager and a toddler.
Oh,
Oh,
my
wow.
goodness.
Pray
How
for
did that
me.
go? How's that going?
It's going good, actually. I got
Okay.
an in-house babysitter. So,
True.
it works. But no, they get
Yeah.
along really, really good, surprisingly. My son is 15. He's a boy, and
Okay.
of course. And then my daughter, she's getting ready to turn 3 next week. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
so
got
she's
both
getting
of
out
those
terrible twos.
trouble ages, 15 and the
3.
2-year-old. Okay.
That's true.
Terrible,
Pray for
too.
me.
Was it, like, terrible, too? With
No, she wasn't so terrible.
Okay.
But I feel like she's moving around a lot now, so she might be terrible 3.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
now it's the 3s.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's cool. So, Jay, how about you?
I
Who
really
is
like
Jay?
to, be to myself a lot. And
Okay.
just when I'm not doing the whole like entrepreneur stuff, like I just like to look and research and watch stuff on the internet, or be with the family,
Okay.
or cook. Like I done picked up this thing about cooking where I make a lot of my own
TikTok.
food, and I like cooking for other people and
Okay.
just little stuff that you do. Like I made some blueberry waffles, and the blueberry waffles that was in the container, it was like the fake blueberry chips in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was showing my son, like, nah. So I cut up the blueberries. I'm like, these are real blueberries.
Right.
This is
Fancy.
bullshit. So
Okay.
I just like stuff like that, like just
Okay.
creating it. The food actually be tasting good. So
That's
yeah.
cool.
What's your
But
favorite dish?
I eat a lot of salmon Because I haven't ate meat in like 7 years.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's really
so
good.
I do eat fish, but just fish, no like crab and
Okay.
shrimp. Nothing against any of that stuff, but I just eat fish. So I cook salmon rare because that's all I really eat for real, like salmon, tuna, a few other fish, you know. But So
what made you get off into that, like the no meat thing? And do you see a difference in when you ate meat and you didn't?
The only difference I see is like the itis, for real. Like, you know how when you eat like a heavy meal with meat and then you like
Get
super
sleepy.
tired because all that food, it take a lot of energy to consume all that food and for that food to pass through your body. But when you eat like lighter foods or like vegetables and fruits, like it's not as heavy on your body, so you know you're not as tired. But I lost both my parents to cancer. So it, you know, it was something that ran in my family. But on my father's side, you know, like my grandmother lived, she was 95. So I just was trying to evaluate like what I can do, like small steps in my life to make things better. And the meat thing just kind of stuck. Like, I'm not against, you know, eating meat. I'm just more so against like overconsumption of anything, you know, like too much salt, too much sugar, too much bread, you know, stuff like that. So it just stuck with me with the meat, but you know, just a healthier lifestyle. And that's where like the water even came in, you know, just drinking a lot of water instead of drinking like a lot of juice and pop and stuff like that.
So when did you lose your parents? You said both of your parents?
Yeah, I lost my father first, like probably about, I say like, let's say 7-8 years ago, and then my mom like 5-6 years.
Oh, okay. So recent. So that's still recent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they had cancer.
Okay.
But you know, they was just not really aware of like overconsumption and the things that we, you know, we have now. We have a lot of access to, you know, before not eating meat. Like I remember seeing on MTV Cribs with Russell, he had like a whole refrigerator full of non-meat products, and then his wife at the time, Kimura, had the meat. And I was looking at Russell like kind of weird, but you know, that was really like a weird thing to say, like, I don't eat meat. You know what I'm saying? So
because we've been programmed,
right?
Eat,
That
you
meat
know,
is
pork, all that stuff. So when I just, you know, I used to sell CDs when I was in college, and then I was eating some shrimp, and this Muslim dude walked past, and it was like I was eating these big shrimp, and he like broke down like everything about, you know, why bottom feeders and all this stuff. And I just stopped eating shrimp that day.
Really?
And I just started working, you know what I'm saying, from there. Like, it was pork, then it was like crab legs and shrimp, and then eventually it became like beef and meat.
Yeah.
And then just like trying to not do a lot of sugar and salts. So,
Yeah. And I've been trying, like, I always say eventually I want to do the all no meat. I tried it. I've tried it on several occasions where I've been able to go like 3 weeks or a month. Like the longest I went, I think, was maybe like 3 months. But I have a hard time with what to replace that with. And then I start getting like real tired, and then I don't have any energy, and it's just like, I got to do something about this. So what did you replace it with, as far as, or did you just go cold turkey and just stop?
What I learned from why people eat meat outside of like, you know, having a steak and just enjoying it is it's a protein source. So you have to replace the protein. So that's why I eat a lot of salmon. It has like the next best,
so that helps
highest
with
amount,
that.
or tuna. Yeah, for protein. So you can do other veggie proteins, but the problem with that is like you gotta have this much protein to equal an 8-ounce steak. So as long as you first start just being aware of what you're trying to do, because they say you're supposed to eat your body weight in protein. So that's the excuse right there to eat up on some steaks and chicken and whatever you like. But when you just get to indulging, you know what I'm saying, then that's when it becomes a problem. But I started with the Lent fast. Like, that's like the easiest, because everybody on that, you know what I'm saying? It's like a 30-day. And really, I think like almost every religion or anybody that's not even religious participated, and it's just like a month, what is it, like a month fast or something like that?
Like
a Lent fast that you do. And then I just stuck with it from there. But it's a good time to detox. Like, if you're just trying to be off it for a minute, you can just do a 1 month detox where you're not doing no meat. You know what I'm saying? The next month, you're not doing no sugar. Just like we got a holiday every month. Just try to do something every month that's different, because I ain't the meat police. Like, I see some ribs. Like, nah, you shouldn't eat no ribs.
Throw people's stuff in the trash. Like,
but it just be them
you're
people
not supposed
that,
to be eating this.
you know, we overdo stuff a lot, especially as adults. Like, when you an adult, you can go in the grocery store and buy whatever you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a different flex. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you can just buy whatever you want. When you got that type of power, you tend to overeat. You know what I'm saying? Or eat a lot of, bullshit or shit that's not good for you.
Right.
But once you start, like, being aware of that, then you don't have to really give it up. That's just my choice. You know what I'm saying? But just, try that a little fast.
How
and
do you guys feel
moderation
about
is,
it?
moderation is key too. You know, so anything that you feel like you're doing too much of, just kind of find a way to scale back. So right now I'm not supposed to be doing sugar, but I'm drinking this champagne. I thought
in
about
moderation.
it. In moderation.
Yeah. I've tried doing the non-carb diet, and I find that helps a lot. With me, like, I feel like my stomach will start to hurt when I eat certain foods, but if I take carbs out, it's helped significantly. So
and everybody is different. Everybody's body is different, whatever. So if you find that with carbs, then that's what it is. I know with me it's sugar,
and it's so good. Like, carbs, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so much stuff in everything. So you can go, like, you can literally do something every month. And really start seeing what, like, worked for you the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, she probably just was fucking around and was like, let me try this no carb shit. And then notice after she started back, like, damn, that could have been been an issue. But if you don't ever try, you know what I'm saying, then you won't really get to, understanding your body more. You want to get as in tune with your body as possible, because, like she said, like, everybody different. If you run on a treadmill, if you did 12 miles every day, you might be sick after a month because you overdoing the treadmill. You never know. So just try different stuff.
That's cool.
Your body out. They say, actually, we did a podcast with Gogo. She's from Romania. She said over there they don't have stocked refrigerators. They only have what they eat. They go to the market and grab what they're eating for dinner that day. Well, we, like, stuff our refrigerators right here in America. And we're constantly
she said she
eating
never saw that.
And everything else that's probably not good for us,
it's
because
not.
We're supposed to go and get the fresh food daily. So.
And it's like, even I've had, like, clients come here, like, my clients came here from Japan one time, and they was like, you guys eat way too much. Like, when they got their food, it was just like a little tiny portion, and that's all they ate. Like, they didn't even eat, like, a whole plate of food. So
not to mention, like,
terrible.
Some ingredients here in America are, like, banned overseas. Like, that's illegal.
They say that about Mountain Dew, I think.
Mountain Dew, something in Mountain Dew for sure. That's crazy.
So everything's bad for us. So
including TikTok.
Right.
Too much TikTok, right?
TikTok is good though. It has helped me cook some good meals at home.
Are you on TikTok?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok, but not so much. I feel like the TikTok videos still filter over into Instagram, and I just save those videos and just go back to them.
How about, Jay, you were saying something about TikTok too, so.
I'll just get to scrolling, and that's in my algorithm. Just meals, I follow chefs, and then I just see different stuff, and I might, try it or whatever. But I like seeing it because I'm trying to think of, like, a hack. It's just certain stuff that you just never knew until you get on the internet. You like, man, I've been doing this wrong all my life. So I'll just be fascinated with that stuff.
So true.
It's so true.
It's sad to say I just discovered smoked paprika. And that's from one of those videos, just putting smoked paprika and stuff.
I know they have paprika, but I didn't know about smoked paprika.
I just use it on the cabbage. No, they sell it that way.
Like the seasoning?
It's the seasoning. They like it's really smoked good. Paprika. It is good.
And you can make a lot of your own, like, herbs too. Like, you can get a grinder and just a lot of stuff that I can't think of nothing now, but it's a lot of little stuff that you can just do on your own. You know what I'm saying? So
we were just talking about, so I was telling you guys about the Ninja Creamy. So this thing, like, blew up on TikTok, right? It's basically a Ninja, like, machine. the brand Ninja, and you can put like protein shakes in there, freeze it overnight, and then when you put it in the machine, it mixes it to the consistency of ice cream. Wow. And this thing sold out. I'm telling you, like, I drove to every Walmart downriver, sold out. Sam's Club sold out. Like, it is insane, and it's blowing up on TikTok. If you look it up, it will blow up. So
it's a different type of Ninja?
It's like an ice cream maker.
But it's like you can make healthier ice creams, right? So people are finding these alternatives like, okay, well, I want to lean out, so let me like make this 300 calorie ice cream, out of my protein shake.
It makes sense.
Yeah, right. That's cool.
Yeah, it's like a modern ice cream maker, right?
Exactly.
And a healthy one.
Yeah.
So were you able to find it ever?
No. It's sold out.
Yeah, it's just amazing how...
I think it's on Amazon, but it's gonna take a minute for it to come in, and they like obviously up the price on Amazon. So
dang,
look for it. I'm telling you, it's out of stock. Like, it's going crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's power of TikTok, social media for just anything.
Yes.
You know, if it becomes popular, everybody's sold out. Everybody wants it.
Yeah, and imagine that's what the kids today get. Like they get everything. Like we were just talking about how like we had to look everything up. We had to look it up in a dictionary. I remember my dad used to always say, if you ask him like what does something mean, look it up in the dictionary. Right. We had to
like Google it.
Now they just have everything at their hands. I just think that's...
And we got commercials, so we had to get like they forced a lot of this like remember them crappy toys down our like they just made like, man,
Toys R Us kid.
Y'all got it so y'all got it so good.
But you guys remember the magazines? You can go in there and it was like your wish list.
Yeah.
And you can cross what you want.
Oh yeah.
You get that thick book every year from Toys R Us.
Yes.
And,
yes.
Yeah,
I used to love looking through those.
I'm so glad we got the internet.
Say no more.
I hate commercials. I hate 247. I hate cable. It's $200 a month.
I tell them all the time.
I was going to ask you guys, like, how do you feel about the internet kind of taking over, like, marketing these days compared to what it used to be?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a good thing, but it's also, like overconsumption, over-consuming multiple things, because you feel like what you have, you're never satisfied, because it's always going to be something newer, bigger, better coming. And it's all of that advertising, like me, for instance, if I'm on Instagram, Lord, I spent so much money from Instagram boutiques and those ads and those tickers.
Oh, yeah,
it's just always showing me, oh, this is cute.
It shows you exactly what you want.
Yes, and I'm usually doing it between the hours of 2 o'clock in the morning to about 4:30 in the morning, when you just kind of wake up and you pick up your phone and I've spent so much money. So, it's a gift and a curse, you know. You just have to be mindful and try to reel yourself back. So pray for me.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like we just said about the food, like moderation. Like you cannot overdo it. It applies to everything. They even say like too much water is not good for you.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, like remember that person? Do y'all remember that person died or something from drinking too much water?
I feel like I remember the story.
They were like challenging each other somehow on drinking water. It was like on the radio. I don't know. I just remember someone died from drinking too much water.
Yeah,
I
feel
liver?
like it's
Your liver? Is that something to do with your liver?
I don't know.
You can only drink so much. You can probably Google, like you said, look in the dictionary, Google it. But yeah, you can't. I don't think you can drink like 3 gallons in a day or something like that. Like that would be dangerous.
So the theme today is moderation.
Moderation.
Yeah. So let's talk about Erica a little bit.
Okay.
So who was little Erica? Like when you were little, like how were you as a child, and did you always want to be an entrepreneur, or what? How were you?
So little Erica was definitely like, kind of like a nerd, right? I didn't like to watch TV. I like to read books, and so in school I was in all of the reader programs, accelerator reader programs. I always used to get those little tickets.
I remember accelerator reader.
Okay. And win all of the awards for like reading. And even when I went to high school, I was the girl who was like the book person. Like I used to work at the bookstore and hustle the books. Okay. I used to bring all the new books to everybody. So I introduced them to a lot of different genres, which in turn, I became an author. Okay. So
nice.
yeah, so I wrote a book before.
So add that, we should add that to the list.
Right.
Yeah,
she was real quiet.
I was always really quiet.
Real quiet.
Definitely really quiet. And I'm still really quiet, but I can sometimes be really loud.
Yeah.
Depending on where I am.
Right.
You know, so whatever my personality calls for in the moment is exactly who I am.
Okay.
You know, so I'm still that book girl.
Okay.
I'm committed. I've been in a book club for 15 years.
Really?
Yes, since my son was young. So we're still doing the book club.
What's your favorite book?
I was going to say.
My favorite book, and it's sad because I have so many favorites, but I think, what is it? Cupcake.
Is that fiction or nonfiction?
It is nonfiction.
Okay.
But I love fiction. Okay. I like my African American fiction literature.
Okay.
That's
like
the genre that I love.
Love
stories, the drama ones.
Yeah.
You know, I still love my hood books too.
Okay.
You know, so I've read all of
I heard them
Donald
hood books be
Goins.
so lit. Like Keisha getting baby daddy out of jail.
I got into that for a minute back in the day.
But I stopped reading a little bit because it can, you know, do something to your mind. So you just have to be mindful of what you're taking in.
Yeah.
But I'm still a book girl, and I was again creative, you know, just trying to find different things. I would make up the stories in my mind. So I think that all came into play for who I am as an adult, you know.
Right.
So that was little Erica. Entrepreneur, definitely. My daddy was a hustler, okay? So I used to be with him by his side on Warner Connor.
What did your dad do?
My dad is no longer here. He's deceased. But he used to sell the cassette tapes, the VHS tapes, on Warner Connor. Okay,
wow.
So he used to be out
there hustling.
Yeah, so I was with him out there hustling. He used to say, okay, you can make a quarter every time you sell something. You know, a quarter was a lot of money then. So we used to look forward to that. But I definitely learned from my dad. So I became that hustling little girl. So then I became hustling books to hustling houses.
Where did you grow up, Erica?
On the east side, Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was that growing up on the east side?
It was good. It was hood. It was good. Yeah, the hood is still good.
What was it like being like that smart book nerd? You labeled it as like a nerd type of person, but still growing up like on the east side in the hood.
I still always felt a little bit like I didn't quite fit in. I used to always tell people, like, this is not my real family. Like, I don't know where, I think I was switched at birth. Honestly, I used to tell people this until I became closer with my mom's dad's side of the family, and then they were all like really smart women and just focused and just driven and about their business. And I was like, damn, it took me till I was, how old was I? About 25 years old to figure out where I fit in my family. So it was a little different. You know, people would, you know, say things and like bother me because I was cute too and I didn't know it. But that's a whole nother story. So, but I used to help people. So people liked me because I could help them with, you know, their homework, their studies. They're like, oh, she can, you know. So
that's cool.
And you were the girl that had the answers, right?
Yeah.
Oh, did they used to like try to look at your
definitely.
Test when you would take a test?
But you know, that goes with the program.
So were you the girl that actually like tried to show it to him, or you like, can't look
I'm
at
like, you can see it. If you can see it, you good. But I'm not about to do your homework for you. Like I was never like a pushover, none of that.
Yeah.
But if you want to take a look real quick, you got to hurry up. But because I still got to be on time, so I'm still an on time person.
Okay. So if the teacher catches, it's not my fault.
No,
I wasn't showing it to you.
No,
you were looking.
You were looking. I don't know. You know,
I was the same way, so I can relate.
Yeah.
That's cool. So so how about you, Jay? Who was little Jay? You was a hustler?
Yeah. I started,
you was slanging CDs and tapes?
My first little business was raking leaves. I stayed right by Rosedale Park.
Raking leaves.
Shoveling snow, raking leaves. And
how old was you?
Man, probably like 10.
Wow, that's young.
Yeah.
We was doing that 6 and 7. We was out there raking leaves.
It was a penny candy store up the street where that candy was a cent. And, you know, my dad used to give us allowance, but $5, you gonna blow that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, the next best thing was, like, knocking on people's doors and just asking if you can rake their leaves or shovel. And I started, like, understanding how business worked because when I was knocking on one person's door, they'll say no. but then the person next door will say yes, and they'll see the job that you did, and then they'll be like, come on over here. You know what I'm saying? And then I was living right by Rosedale Park. Those houses was like, the lines was huge, and paying $5 is like paying maybe $20 now to do that. I mean, that just makes sense from a time perspective. So you could just hustle up real quick, and it just went from there to when I moved over on Dexter, and it was a McDonald's over there, but that was so limited because it was like one restaurant in the neighborhood that everybody was trying to work at. Okay. So I started selling candy at school, and these girls, one of them I actually used to date, but they pulled me to the side, like they put me in like a little huddle, like, look, we about to go get this money, and I made like $1 or $2 or something, and I went to this wholesaler called Lenny, and I started like selling candy downtown, and when I made my first, you know, like my bus fare, that's when I knew like I was good, because I literally spent all my money. So if I would have not sold anything, I would have had to walk home. And when I made my first $1 to get home, I was like, okay, this cool. And I remember riding back past on the bus at the McDonald's, laughing like, dude, I just made $80 in like 4 hours, and I was getting paid like $6 an hour.
So how old were you at this time?
Like probably about 15.
Okay.
14, 15, something like that. I was in whatever age in high school, you know what I'm saying? So that was,
and that was
like,
from candy, you said?
Yeah, that was from selling candy, and that was like my first little, you know, like where I started really understanding that you can make your own money, you know?
And you learned at a young age.
Yeah, you get a check, but your check is like $200-$300. Yeah. But you can literally make that in like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, right. I forgot the candy sale part. I did that.
So you did that too?
Oh, really? Was that a popular thing out there?
So we got some hustlers in the building.
People love candy. That's what they spend money on.
Was it like the chocolates or like the candy bars or
Sour Patch Kids, Suckers, everything? Not to take away from your story. I had forgot that because people knew me as the candy girl before that.
We know each other from back in the day.
From back in the day. Okay.
Yeah.
Did y'all go to school together or something?
No, I used to date her cousin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I had with the candy shit, I had like tried to figure out like how can I like enterprise selling candy, you know what I'm saying? So like her family is big, you know. So I met her because maybe her little brothers or somebody, they all like, I had this association called the Christian Candy Sales Association.
Oh my goodness.
And
I know brother, he really went.
Right.
And,
that's cool.
all of them used to go downtown in the summer, which it was good because I thought about it like it was a summer program for the kids. But it looked sketchy because I was a kid at the time. So like parents like, how's this kid gonna take my kid and do something with my kid productive, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know if like I'm gonna do something to the kid or take advantage of the kid, but it actually worked out because on one end they like, I don't know, but they see me and then they like, I need to do my own thing. So he seemed cool, I'm gonna let him. And I had like 10 kids that used to go downtown and I pay them 50% commission.
That's
my
You were still 15 or how old were you at this point?
I was like 17.
Wow.
Like
17.
bred an entrepreneur at a young age.
Full blown.
And
What's
I
the name
threw
of it?
flyers in the streets. And at my mother's house, like 15 kids and parents showed up on the day that I was doing the hiring. Wow. And I was pulling back up and I was so scared because I'm like, and my uncle was looking like, and that's when I knew because my uncle a pastor and the look on his face was like, he got something.
Yeah, he got it.
But the look in my eye was like, oh shit, because I ain't even had applications printed. And all these parents was sitting on my porch waiting to hear what I had to say.
That's cool.
But I ended up having like 10 or 15 kids through that summer. I used to see E all the time on the east side because I think I picked up like one of her little brothers or something. I used to see her moms and all that. But it was a good program. And what you saying,
you was nervous. So you felt like nervous, like, what? Oh my goodness,
like,
this, like that.
Your daughter, right? Find a flyer like, Mom, I want to go work. And you show up in the hood on somebody's porch. And then I'm like I mean, you know, I done got a little big now, but you know, I'm like 100 pounds. I show up, walk on the porch, probably a little bit taller than your daughter. And it's like me and it's like him, her, like all y'all like professional. These ain't like hood people. These like professional, like.
Okay.
What were your parents thinking?
Let me see what this guy to say.
And this was at your house?
Yeah,
that they
my
were
mom was like, you better handle that.
Right, right.
But I had an inkjet printer, so it took 30 minutes just to print up the applications.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It wasn't like 4 people. It was like 15, 20 people.
Right.
Parents and kids, like wanting an explanation on this program that I created. And I made my own flyers. I went to worked at Wayne State, so she made me she worked like an assistant or something, so she made me flyers. I literally was just passing them out, throwing them in the street, like.
And people came, they showed up.
One of the kids he came to my birthday party.
Wow.
I've been knowing him since he was 13.
Yeah.
Like, I still got relationships with, like, the kids that I see that's on Facebook that follow me. Like, man, thank you for having that program. Because if you think about it, if your daughter has somewhere to go where she can learn entrepreneurship and she was safe, nothing never happened to none of the kids. They never got into no fights. They were able to make money. You know what I'm saying? Then it could be a successful program. But me being young, it was just uncomfortable because I'm like, dang, I got to pay these kids commission. I got to drive these kids downtown. I got to show them how to sell. But it actually was pretty successful.
And they were selling the candy, correct?
We used to I started going to Sam's Club because Sam's Club was cheaper than Lenny's.
Okay.
And I bought a box of candy for like $20. And you can make like $80 to $100 plus. When people see kids, they give donations. So you talking about you can make $150 off the box. So I just split the money with the kids.
That's so what would go ahead?
Yeah, I was saying, so you guys just walked around asking people if they wanted candy?
Yeah, but the only thing that we started saying either the Boys and Girls Club or the Christian Candy Sales Association. So when you throw that in, which was the name of the company, I had an LLC for. I still got the paperwork.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so that was like the only thing. So you just say that and people would like donate the money.
Right.
And so I actually raised my kids on selling candy first too. But I told them like, look, say you're an entrepreneur and trainer and people want to do it, let them do it. You know what I'm saying?
So they do that now?
No, they stopped doing it. They didn't like level up to it. They're doing other stuff now. Like I done had them. They done threw a few skating parties and stuff like that. But when they first started at like 5 and 6, they was selling candy.
Yeah. That's cool.
Erica, did you sell some of the candy too?
No, not with him.
You had your own thing.
On my own. Okay, I've been for myself. You know?
She said, I see that.
She said she was a candy girl.
I just used to see her, you know, when I came over there. But it's crazy. I didn't know she was like, when we met back up as adults, she was doing the real estate, and then it was like you know, like super polished and pull up in her Benz. And I'm like, dang, you got a name for it. So it was just good to see your peers, like, you know what I'm saying, coming from where we came from, like the hood, you know what I'm saying, and then like how she moved and the stuff that she doing and her, I know we ain't supposed to talk about real estate, but her Airbnb business, and all the ventures that she is into, it's like dope we can reflect back on
to
these,
say where we came from. But it's also important that we always tell that story of, you know, when we were kids and the things that made us be entrepreneurs and we didn't even know what we was doing, but we just said, okay, look, this is what I'm about to do. I know I could probably make some money this way because it made us who we are today. And I know your dad
used to be on Warren Connors. That's crazy.
Yes, my dad, we used to be out there every weekend.
That's crazy.
And people knew me. It was like them ear kids. So everybody know that we were we used to be Warren Connors, Chandler Park, Bella, whatever. You know, walking and selling candy.
That stuff is the foundation.
It definitely is.
Selling everything.
That's what makes you who you are.
Who you are. Yeah.
Like you do that and you young, like you gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know how to get out there and get somebody.
You know how to get out there.
I did the same thing to my son. You know, told him, look, if you sell candy, so even when he was like 4 years old, he like, come on, can I sell my toys? I'm like, no, baby, you can't sell your toys. But I'm not playing with them anymore. So it just embedded in him. And then when I started selling things, he would also say, okay, well, can I go with you? I'm like, yeah, if you make some money today, you can. Because that's how my daddy did me. You know, so I'm doing the same thing to him. My nephew, I got my nephew with me, and oh my God, he is the ultimate salesperson. He's only 12 years old, and I probably had him out there since he was about 7 or 8, and the way he talks to those ladies.
Oh yeah, he's a smooth talker.
Oh my God, smooth talker, and will sell you. I mean, the key thing is to sell or to make the sale. People giving him money, like, give it to him. That's the boy who sold it to me. That's what you look for, you know. Right. So building up those skills when you're young is very important.
I got a question because I want to hear from B. I want to know. Because you're not from the hood, right?
Right.
So I want to hear your entrepreneur, suburban hustler story. Like, give us the suburban hustler sauce, because
there is no hustle. I'm telling you, like, I was a loner. Like, I would sit in my room. You know, my parents both worked in corporate America when my dad worked at a factory. So I was kind of just, you know, raised, go to school, go to college, get a
When
good
did you
job.
start hustling?
Like 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, you woke up like...
And I hear you guys' stories, and I wish, because you guys learn so much at, like, a young age. Like, you learn to not care when people say no. Or, like, if you were in a situation where you didn't know what was going on, it was stressful, like, you learn that at a young age that you can figure it out.
Yeah. Right. Or people just keep moving.
People now, they just start getting into entrepreneurship. They get so stressed out, and then guess what? They quit because they haven't been through it.
Yeah.
How do you like it? How do you like being told no? No, B, I'm not doing your goddamn podcast.
No. I don't like, and that's why I have them. If I didn't have my team, I don't know where I would be, honestly. Like, But
you're in real estate too, so that's you gonna hear a lot of no's.
But I try to attract. I don't try to sell. I try to attract.
Yeah.
So that's why I do a lot of social media stuff. I want people to come to me and be like, you know what? Like, I rock with you. I see you on social media. You seem like a dope person. Like, I'm looking for a house. Can you help me?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's
cool. What's up.
But being told no is just part of the process.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean,
hard.
it is hard, but it helps you to build, you know, that foundation that you need in order to stay consistent in whatever you do.
It is true when she says, because, like, we heard that, well, in most black families, like, you hear no all the time. Like, can I do this? No. No. Or you want something, but you're not going to be able to get it because no, you can't afford that. No, you can't do that. So it's like we hear no all the time. So it's almost like you just kind of get used to it, and it is what it is. And as you grow up, when somebody say no, okay, go on to the next one. So, it's all about what you learn growing up, and it is still instilling those things in you to become who you are today. So that's cool.
So, Erica, you say you're a creative girl. What other creative things do you do that we don't know about?
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as far as creative, like, if somebody tells me that they have, like, they want to do something, right? So just say The Little Mermaids just came out, right? And I'm like, okay, Little Mermaid time. And
all these ideas come to your head.
All of these ideas come to my head. So I call my friend, and I'm like, I got an idea. She like, oh my God. I said, I want to make us these dresses, you know, with Little Mermaid on it. Put some
So you make dresses?
No, I don't do none of that. But I have the vision, like,
gotcha.
in my head. Or somebody tell me they're having a birthday party, and they're like, what are we just going to do? I'm like, no, girl, you got to do it big. This is what we're going to do. We're going to, you know, make this theme parties. I love housewives. So they give me all of the ideas for all the fancy parties that I could then tell my friends. Or if I'm having something, I just like to make people feel very special. But I also do some decorating too.
So if y'all want to have this room, like, say, I want to have this, like, more business oriented, then she'll, like, start thinking of, like, okay, you can put a picture here, you can do this, this color, paint this black, this will pop on camera. Like, that's like, she sees.
I'm a visionary.
Am I telling the story right?
Yeah, you are. You're doing me justice.
So that's like.
I like when people sell me too.
So you never want to be an interior designer?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I don't think that was a passion, but it became something that I felt passionate about. So I would do things for, like, my friends and families. I'll go over and make something just really nice and pretty. And he talked about the Airbnb, even though we're not talking about real estate. But
you could talk about that.
I have an Airbnb that is called the Bachelorette Pad, right?
Okay.
So in my mind, I was thinking like, oh, I want to have a place where I'm in a book club. It's about 12, 15 of us that we can go to every year when we have our little holiday parties or dinners and stuff like that. So I made this house specifically catering to women, right?
Okay.
And so it's very decorated. It's like probably 8 different walls. You know, what do you call them?
Like feature walls?
Feature walls, different walls inside the house. It's like a selfie house.
Like a selfie museum.
It's like a selfie house, but it's all in one. Like you could spend a night. You could do everything. So people love it.
Yeah.
You know, people love it, and they're like, "Wow, how did you come up with this?" It was just in my brain.
And
to
I
do
did not even know. Hey, where is this house at? Because I did not even know
it is in Detroit.
Okay.
And it does well. You know.
Okay.
It's been doing well for about a year and a half. I've had it, and I was looking for a second location. So yeah.
I seen not too long ago, someone had an Airbnb and it was like an all pink like Airbnb.
Yeah.
It was in the
Mine's
news.
not all pink though.
Yeah, but and they go in the news because it's like it's different, you know.
Yeah.
And then you get all that media and your Airbnb's booked.
All the time. So even though I didn't do like a lot of marketing for this project, when I put it on there, the people came, and then I put it in the wedding groups, and you know, people get married all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly booked with bachelorette parties, or
cool.
even just people looking to do dinner parties or somewhere just to spend time with your girls. I think even somebody did a prom send-off yesterday. So, I mean, it
makes sense.
It makes sense.
So you said it has like different rooms that are kind of like selfie rooms?
They're themed rooms.
Themed rooms,
yeah. Themed rooms, and then throughout the house, there's different feature walls. Okay. So in the back room and in the basement, you have a different wall to take pictures of.
It makes sense because everybody wants to take pictures now and do videos and things like that. So that's cool. So I didn't even know that.
What's on the featured walls?
A rose wall, bachelorette, you know, different things like a donut wall, just some shimmery stuff. Okay. Just, you know, really cute stuff, okay, for the ladies.
I love that.
But men stay there too.
I was gonna say, do the men come too?
Yes, and I guess they had a good time too. I had a couple being come back, so hey, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. There is a stripper pole there too.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. That's why the men book it up.
As soon as they see that stripper pole.
I ain't been there. I need to check it out.
He's like, I want to check it out now.
Gotta come with some strippers too.
So you get like a lot of bachelorette parties and things like that? Yeah. That's cool. So all from your creative mind.
All from my creative mind. So I'm just always thinking of different things to do. And they generally pan out, you know. I'll be like, oh my God. But sometimes I need to turn it off.
Yeah.
Because I spend a lot of money being creative.
That's true. Yeah, and I can understand that because I see myself as a creative as well, and it's like it's nothing like being in that creative space, like to just be left alone and just to be in that time where you're just like thinking of like nice creative things to do. So I can understand that, but it can be like costly. Okay, gotta cut this off.
Like this is an expensive habit.
Yeah, these things aren't cheap these days.
Not at
Lord
all.
knows.
Yeah. So what do you think what would you say the way that you came up and things like that brought you to being an entrepreneur? First of all, did you guys ever work anywhere else, or were you just always entrepreneurs?
Man, I had like 30 jobs.
Really?
Yeah.
And what brought you back to this ain't for me and just back to the entrepreneur thing?
The only adult job that I had was working for my mentor.
Oh, so you didn't have any jobs?
No,
you were just
I just
saying
had one
that.
corporate job working for my mentor. I just knew, like, I mean, it just only makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, after you make, my first year when I was in college, I made $150,000 when I was selling CDs. So after you make that money, it's just hard to. You know, I worked for him. He was paying me $17. He's like, I'm paying you generously to work, and it was just $17, and you see $500, and you make $500 in one day.
In a day,
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't make sense to me.
And I get that because it's just like, are you gonna let someone else dictate what you make?
What's good about a job, because I know y'all watching and y'all like, I'm quit. Do not quit your job.
Yeah, don't quit your job.
Listen. You need
We're not promoting quitting jobs.
You have to have a foundation. And, you know, I had a
Oh, there goes my phone.
Oh, that happens every time. That's that drop.
She moved to Florida, and right now, like, there's no work. She's a bartender, and she moved to Miami, and there's no work right now in Miami for whatever reason. Like, I don't understand the industry.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't know that.
But I'm like, listen, if you got to shovel shit just to get a base, as long as you can get that base, what comes from that, you might get a second job. But if you just say, I'm not going to do nothing because I want to follow my dreams, like, that's not the right way. You need to have your foundation. So everybody here has built a foundation and they have income coming in. I don't care if they got a job that they ain't told us about or whatever the case may be. So then you can flex, like, and say, I got this Airbnb doing numbers, or I'm doing real estate and it's doing this. But you have to have income coming in. If you do not have income coming in, then that entrepreneurship, some days you can make 10,000. And some days you can make $0.
Or some weeks.
Do not some weeks.
But you know what? I think it's looked down upon sometimes, even in the real estate industry. It's like, oh, if you have another full-time job, then you're not a full-time real estate agent.
Yeah, they do say that.
It's kind of true.
But at the same time, I mean, I always had jobs, you know, and I always quit. Like 6 months, I can't do this. They told me I need to take a 30-minute lunch. I cannot do this. I want to be free. But I also found comfort in some other opportunities that will come to me, like independent contracting type of position. Like right now, I have an independent contract job for the city. And, you know, it works for me. I always find a way to balance it out. I was never able to get a mortgage. I always tell that story. Couldn't get a mortgage, couldn't get approved for this, couldn't get approved for that, because they can't keep track of your money, you know. But I found a loophole in that. You know, I got a job, and I got I ended up getting a mortgage on a house. But at the same time, I always tell people, like, y'all think it's so easy, but it really it's not, you know, and it comes with its gives and its takeaways, you know. So you just have to be mindful of those things. But I work 5 jobs, right?
Hey, I've been there.
And it's not on purpose. It's because these things come to me and I'm still able to live the life that I want to live. Like, even though I'm doing independent contract work, my lifestyle is still flexible. So those things generally come to me where I'm still able to make money here, and make money here, make money here, make money here. And it's constant, but I live the life that I want to live. So you just have to find those other opportunities when they present themselves. Take advantage of it, you know. And when it no longer serves you, do away with it, you know.
So you have to do what works for you. That's what I think a lot of people don't understand is you can't try to do what someone else is doing. Like, that's them. You have to do what works for you. And some people, you know, if that's your thing, if working a 9-to-5 job works for you and you good with that, that's cool. That's what it is. So that's what I think it's about.
Working more than one job. I feel like when I went to the brokerage, they were just throwing down my throat, like, if you're not a full-time agent, then you're not going to be successful. And first off, let's just talk about taxes. And health insurance. Being self-employed.
All of that.
Health insurance, paying for your own insurance. Taxes are... How do you deal with taxes? Mr. Self-employed.
I got a good CPA.
But how did you learn it, though? Because you were an entrepreneur at a young age.
Oop. Did I do that?
What happened was I got a sales tax bill because I had 3 stores for like $85,000. And I knew this guy. His name was Aaron Sanders. That's who my brother used to use, like, as his tax person. So I went there panicking, and he shot the file to Mark King, and then Mark King just, like, got that down to like $3,000. So from that point, you know, I just used him because he is a person with integrity. Like, even when people was like manipulating the what was the PPP shit and all that. Mm-hmm. He was like, nah, I'm like, man, we can get like 10 million, Mark. Like, nah, we ain't gonna get no 10 million. Mm-hmm. You know, so like he is a person that has honor and integrity, and he does like all the grants and you know what I'm saying, like all that stuff in my taxes. I just stuck with him. Yeah. You know, he saved me like $80,000. So
that's what's up.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely important. I went to tax school. I'm telling you, I'm a hustler. I'm doing taxes.
Okay, taxes too.
Oh, you do taxes?
Everything. No more. No more. Because I got tired of people calling me asking me what their refund was.
Tax business though?
I did.
Okay.
And I learned it, but now I realize that now I can no longer manage that. So I'm in the process of trying to find someone now because my taxes for this year, I was like, oh my God. You know, this is just too much work, so I need to give it to somebody else
do it.
Yeah.
Well, I got someone for you if you need somebody.
I do.
Okay, I got you. Or Jay got somebody for you.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Yeah, that stuff's not fun.
Yeah.
Like, I do not look forward to the end of the year just because of taxes.
Yeah.
I did when I was in corporate America.
You gotta get with somebody that's gonna like show you the sauce, because a lot of life is the things that we don't know that we are able to, you know, like take advantage of. Like imagine if you knew that if you press 1, 2, 3 every time you park downtown, the meter was free, but you never knew that. So you got to get with somebody that's gonna give you the legal information.
And that's not true, is it?
That's not true. That's not true. That was a parable. Jesus throughout parables and to make sense. So don't 1, 2, 3 won't work. You're not sending no bills, bro. That was a joke.
Because those tax or not those parking tickets are no joke.
But just things that you probably do on a normal basis every day that would probably cut your bill down $10,000 to $15,000 that you're just not aware of. That you need to get with people that can show you that information and cut. Because Mark told me when they audit you for your sales tax, they just throw out a number, and people, they panic, they throw away the bill, and then once they say, okay, judgment, you owe us $85,000 because you was bullshitting. But he was like, no, Jay, I'm in there, bro, I got this one for $85,000. He like, it's cool.
Yeah.
3 months later, he was like, just write them a check for $3,500. They just need, he was like, you doing services, like this not even taxable. We looked at the paperwork and said, look, Jay, this not taxable. This is a service, this is a product, you sold this. He looked at my POS. It's like, write him a check for $3,500. And then it still took like 3 weeks. And then my balance was zero. I'm talking about $85,000 on the bill. I'm serious.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
The guy went through Northland and he walked through every business and sat there and looked. And then just whatever he wrote, that's what they invoiced every business at Northland for. I didn't even know.
A figure just came to his head. And
we were supposed to pay sales tax. I didn't even know because we were doing services. And I was panicking, but the information I didn't know that he knew saved me like $82,000. Where I can even talk about it. It was like, it's nothing, but when you get an invoice, it's like you tripping. So it's the stuff that we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I always say how important it is to be in the midst of people that's more successful or just know things that you don't know, like you said. So I preach, you know, sitting in rooms with, you know,
for sure,
other successful people. You get with other successful people and just learning. Like right now, I'm just a sponge to learning and getting knowledge and getting information. So I'm all about that, all for it.
And asking for help. I have a hard time asking for help.
I do too.
I'm stubborn. I'm a Capricorn. I think I know everything. But just learning to ask for help.
Yeah. And I have a hard time with that too. So I'm still working on learning how to ask for help. I'm always like, I'll just do it myself. I'll just figure it out. But I'm learning, like, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
I need to get somebody that know how to do that, because I don't even want to do that, and I'll try to still, like, do it. Because I got this mentality, like, I can do anything, but some stuff, you know, I can't do. So I need to stay in my lane. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know, the control, the power, you know, feeling like you can't let go of something because you know how.
With that.
Or if you give it to somebody else, they're not going to do it right, you know. So
how do you deal with that? Because I have a problem with that.
I've been dealing with it for years, and I've been doing good, and I'm still doing good, but I've outsourced now. Yeah. So I found help because I realized that I do have the money and I can afford these things. You know, I can afford to pay somebody else to do these things for me, and it takes a weight off of me. You know, so
but how do you deal with depending on other people to do it in the way that you want them to do it, or the way that you feel you can do it?
You make them sit by your side and tell them exactly how you want it to be done. Okay. I mean, like in my house, like if you're working with me, you come to my house. Okay. Because you have a way that you want to do things. You have a way that you want to speak with your clients, your customers. You want them to be handled a certain way. So if that person is out of your reach, then you don't know what they're doing, but you got to be within my reach. Right. But it also requires something of you too, which is to show up for yourself and make sure that you are doing things in a structured way. And I corrected myself a lot because some things I would just put to the side, and you know, my assistant works with me like, no, did we do this yet? Did we do, you know, so to check in me, you know, so it's important that you can let go and teach, but also be coachable in that moment too. Like, true. No, the way you're really doing it is just not right. You know, it's not 100% right. So
I'm learning. I'm just getting to the point where I'm able to let go and let other people help me and take the help and learning how to show them. I learned that I have to show them the exact way that I would do it and just really literally have them mirror what I'm doing.
That's talking about like an assistant type of thing?
Yeah, or like just like she said, outsourcing or getting a team.
Outsourcing what?
The workload.
What work? Give me an example.
The workload.
Administrative. But like right now.
Oh, like administrative stuff, not like contractors and shit like that.
Speaking with the contractors, speaking with the other people.
It could be
the tenants.
Whatever you need assistance with.
If you got showings.
Because think about it, we can't handle everything.
Yeah.
We're going to drop the ball if we try to do everything. And I've been always so used to just trying to do everything, and I learned that was hurting me. That was hurting my business.
You can't really grow either. I mean, you can grow, but it will only take you to a certain level.
That same level in the same box. Yeah.
With the contractors, it's easy because you just go and you try to, like, if you tell them like, yo, I need this done, and then you go check, and then maybe they don't do something, or it be a little. You know what I'm saying? Then you can have a conversation. A lot. And have that conversation and just try to fix that. But trying to get people to do at least 80% of what you're looking for, it definitely helps. But when you get into multiple, you know, projects, you definitely want to have that trust because
have to.
It'll just consume all your time, you know.
For sure.
Yep. And you have to put your time into income producing activities as well as things that you are great at. So that's what I'm learning, like to stick to what I'm great at, and then all this other stuff give it to those people that are great at it.
For sure.
You know, so
speaking of learning, so I guess we'll wrap it up and ask our final question.
Okay,
go ahead, you can ask it because you always ask.
So I'll ask one and you can ask the other.
Okay.
So how about I'll ask Erica one, you ask Jay one. So I'm gonna ask Erica, what would you tell your younger self? What would Erica now tell the young Erica?
It's okay to just be you, and be consistent in being you. You know, it's okay if people don't appreciate who you are. Just still be you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a really good one. All right, Jay, so we'll ask you the other one. What is something that people don't know about Jay Success?
That no one knows.
Yeah. We want the good tea.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a great question.
And it can't be that you're an introvert. That's our one rule. Yes.
That's the go-to answer. Damn. I used to watch a lot of WWF wrestling.
Me too.
Me too.
What's that?
We all did that.
You don't know. You don't know.
Here we go again. Yeah.
I'm young. I don't ever know what I'm
don't know.
talking about on this podcast.
It was 80s, so she wasn't.
I wasn't born yet.
It's still around though, but it's not the same.
UFC,
like fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like wrestling was like the
was
fake
the bomb
version of the UFC.
Oh, okay.
See, my man, he know all the sauce.
See,
right
now I wish
What's
my
your
brother
name,
was
bro? I
here,
gotta shout
because
him
that's
out.
what we used to watch, WWF.
Oh, yeah?
Reggie. Shout out to Reggie, man. Reggie been like vibing on the whole podcast. Like, yup, WWE.
Hey, that was the thing, though, yeah.
Men don't have, outside of sports, like, men don't really get excited about, like, you know how y'all like the Game of Thrones and Power and all that shit y'all be watching. When wrestling came on, you could probably get into a fight with your dude if you was like trying to get him away from wrestling. Monday Night Raw.
And we watched
it was the livest shit.
But
the thing about it was all fake.
It was, oh my God.
Seemed so
but you
real.
couldn't tell us it was fake back then. Like, you wouldn't be able to tell us.
Well, that's with every reality show. I feel like every reality show has, like, you know, they mix
But
it
we
up.
thought wrestling was so real, though. Like, and I remember it used to be like, you know, that's fake. And we like, no, it's not. Like, what are you talking about?
Used to be all into the big
That
brawls.
was like the only
remember
male
the
soap
Royal
opera
Rumble?
Yeah, the Royal Rumbles,
So
man.
that was like really dope. What TV show do you watch right now? If you watch any?
It's so hard, guys. Honestly, like, I really try to watch TV shows, and I can't.
What was the last thing that you like really enjoyed that you watched?
I watched Between on Netflix. I really suggest it if you guys haven't watched it yet. It's pretty new.
Okay.
It's a series?
Yeah, it's 2 seasons. Okay. Yeah. It's about this virus that goes into this little city. People are dying off. They're trying to figure out like what's causing this virus.
Okay.
Turns out like the government was basically just trying to, you know,
of course.
Like COVID.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
They're trying to do like population
They have
control.
to put it in a movie. Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
That's real.
So I suggest watching it. But before we end this, I really want to talk a little bit about real estate for beginners. Okay. I'm excited for this.
Yeah. So
shout out to Big T for part 3. We gotta clap it up real quick for part 3.
And I'm excited to be part of it this year.
Yeah. So I'm so excited this year because we have people coming from all over.
Bread too. She got my net worth. Baby, I was looking at my thing like.
Hey, that's what's
T,
up,
baby.
Hey, that's what it's all about,
Hey,
though.
listen, I am going to champion you because you got me straight. Like, you got a nice quarter of my joint. Like,
thank you.
Appreciate you.
And you champion yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
For doing it. So I think people don't like give themselves enough credit. So that's all you.
Hey, thank you. But you put me together. I appreciate you.
No problem.
But real estate for beginners 3. Like, what can we expect? You know what I'm saying? What can people expect from that?
Yeah, so what we can expect is people coming from all over talking about how they got started in real estate, how they've been successful in real estate, how you can get started in real estate, and just through experiences. I feel that, and I will say this really quick, I know we run out of time, but I have a true intention for real estate for beginners. It's not just throwing some event. I feel what's missing in our community is the lack of education and knowledge. So my thoughts was bringing people together to give that, to give back, to give the knowledge, to give the education that's needed for other people to be successful. And I did it through my form of success, which is real estate. So real estate for beginners, June 10th.
June 10th, 3 p.m. at
All Things Marketplace, Corktown, Detroit. And these will be 2 of our guests on the panel. So looking forward to hearing more about what you guys got going on. Jay, with all your investments you got. Erica, with your Airbnbs, your investing, being a broker, all of that. So
cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, stay tuned to next week's podcast. I believe we'll have 2 other guests.
We will.
Who will we have on?
We will. We'll have 2 other guests. We'll have Philip Blake and Monopoly Brothers.
So they're going to be at Real Estate for Beginners as well. So stay tuned for that podcast. And thank you guys so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
It's been
Looking forward to it. It was good.
All right. It's a wrap, guys.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Ooh, take my baby headphones off.